Hey, hey, how is everybody tonight? So, let me adjust all this. Valentine's Day tomorrow. I know tonight is Super Bowl. So, I don't know if we're going to have a lot of people or not. I wasn't sure if we would have Super Bowl widows or if people were looking for something to do while they were watching the commercials on the Super Bowl. But I am going to quickly get this cut off here and then I'll show you. I've started my garland. I'm not done because I wanted to do some of it with you guys if I had anybody that was going to work with me. If not, you can watch me finish up mine and go from there. Hey, Pia, how are ya? Good to see you. It looks like we got a couple more people hanging out. There's like 3 I can see so far. So anyway, I only did 1 string on the garland because, like I said, I wanted to finish it with you guys. So I'm just going to show you kind of where I'm at to start. And then we'll go over the materials and everything, but just kind of give you guys an idea. So I've got to start where I'm using my lights as my spine. And then we'll talk about some of the other stuff that I'm using here. But hey, Jackie. So anyway, that's a start. And I'm doing my next one, just getting started on it before I came on. So this is my next string that's starting. So I will see if anybody else is going to come on real quick and we will go from there. How was everybody's weekend? Mine was awesome, sort of. Hey, Mary. Hey, Mary. Yesterday was market, and you know how there's a sandwich cookie where the middle usually is really, really good? Well, Saturday was the middle part of the sandwich of Friday and Sunday. Friday and Sunday were absolutely gorgeous days, which today is Sunday. Sunny, no wind, just beautiful in the, 50s, 60s, just absolutely gorgeous. Saturday, 25-mile-an-hour winds, 53 degrees. Hey, Robin, little bit of rain, cold, cold, cold. Did I say it was cold? It was cold. And I couldn't keep anything on the tables. Everything had to be in something, which meant they had to dig through. We had a lot of people there. I was shocked, but they had to dig through. And anytime something hit the ground, the parking lot was just dirty enough that even if it touched the ground, I could see the dirt on it. So I had to pull it, put it away so I could take it home and wash it. So half my inventory needs to be washed because I kept chasing it, no matter how careful I was. It was a very long day, very, very long day. And, I didn't do the best in sales, which didn't surprise me because A, I couldn't set anything out really, and B, it was just kind of a yucky day. So anyway, that was my weekend, and I was really looking forward to market. It was supposed to be gorgeous Saturday as of like middle of last week, and then the weather man changed his mind, and I didn't like the way he changed his mind, but today would have been really nice. Anyways, okay, so for those of you that just came in, I'll show you again. This is kind of where I've gotten started. And this is a use what you've got. Mine's not turning. Turn around. So I challenged you guys to go and find things that you have without going to buy something. And I really wanted you guys, this is kind of a stretch, I know, but I want you guys to really get cognizant of stuff that you've already got. And see, the reason I'm doing this too is sometimes when you're looking for something at the last second to finish something out, you can't see what's right in front of you because you're not thinking that that item would work or that whatever would work. So this was kind of where I wanted you guys to really just look around. And it's fun too because little bits and bobbles that you've got, you don't realize you've got until you put your eyes on it and went, oh, I forgot I saved that. That'd be perfect. My cat over here, she is, she's the one that was recovering, and she's still in her little cage because anytime I try and bring her out into the room, she gets really, really scared and wants to go back in. So we're slowly transitioning. Well, right now she's having the, oh, I think I'm going to be a monkey moment and climbing the cage and wanting my attention. When I was giving her attention all afternoon, she was like, yeah, I'm not ready for you right now. Now she wants my attention. She's so stinking cute though, but yeah, you might hear her. She's meowing a little bit. She never usually talks to me, but she's talking to me tonight. So it's kind of fun. She's just, it's fun watching her blossom. So anyway, so do I have anybody that's going to work with me tonight? Or are we all just going to chat while I work? I don't care. It's all good. Just let me know who wants to work with me. But I challenge you guys to find something for what I call the spine, which is the piece that holds it all together. So my spine is my lights. I had these left over from Christmas. I never even pulled them out of the package. So I thought, oh, this would be kind of fun. And then I just started kind of wrapping the spine and doing things. That's okay, Mary. This might be something good to do with your girls, though. And no, Steven. Yeah. You could maybe even do this tomorrow with your girls, Mary. That would be kind of fun. And then they could put it up in their rooms. And they could have something they can hang up in their rooms for a couple weeks. But I just pulled out some ribbon that I had. You can't really see it. It's polka dot. And I don't know if I'll leave it on or not. I'm just kind of playing for right now. And then I've got some tulle, some pink tulle that I've got that I kind of wrapped also. I kind of want it to kind of have that ethereal look. And so I may get another piece. I've got several pieces over here of tulle in different colors that I might keep wrapping and just kind of play with it is all I'm going to do for right now. But yeah, I was thinking this for all you ladies that have little kids or even just big kids, this might be a fun family project. And they can leave it up. I mean, just because it's Valentine's Day doesn't mean that they have to take it down. You know, they can leave it up until March or June or December or whatever. Oh, awesome, Pia. Hey, Corinne. Hey. So anyway, that's kind of where we're at. And I am doing some of these little 3D hearts, which are kind of fun. And I'm using my sewing machine to sew these on. So I'm just doing a little zigzag stitch down the middle on all of them, even the 3D heart. And I'll show you on this one. So I did that. And then you just take it and you bend it. So it's like that. Hey, Danny. So anyway, Danny, are you doing this with me? Just trying to make sure. See if anybody's doing this. And if not, I will keep on going. And I'll show you some of the stuff I collected. So this hearts, I have this Mandela art coloring book that I've had for like forever. And so I thought, you know, that might make some kind of cool little abstract hearts to put on this. And then I've also got, you know, like some pink background, some seafoam background, if I want to throw that in there. Hey, Nancy. Some green, some polka dots. So I thought that might be kind of fun. And then I've got just some regular, I bought the wrong size. And I know I'll probably use this, but it's off-white, and that's the other thing about the wrong color too. So I was really having a bad day that day. Wrong size, wrong color. But that kind of turned out really cool for here. So it's what I'm just using for the hearts that you saw. And then I've got cardstock out of craft paper. So that's that part. Then tulle. little pieces of tulle. And I have all kinds of like ribbon scraps. So this is left over from a package. And it's already pre-curled, so you never know. This might work to be somewhere really cool. Nancy, you're at the grocery store. What are we getting? Good stuff? Don't forget the oatmeal pies. Yeah, I'm still jonesing for those. So, and another thing that I did was I have a lot of leftover, I don't know if you want to call it leftover, but tissue paper from packages I've received over the years. And they were just kind of all crunched into, you know how they are. Hey, Veronica. They were kind of crunched, like when you put them in the bag. Well, if you take your iron and set it on a low heat, iron on the back, they turn out like this. Even if you want to reuse them, you know. So just saying, it's amazing what you can do with a low heat iron. And then I also did that with this red, I don't know if it's not really cellophane, because cellophane see-through, but it's a red and silver paper. And I tested it just real lightly on a corner to make sure it didn't melt before I did it, and it didn't. So I was able to flatten it and get it to turn out pretty good. So I can use it on this or reuse it for a package or something. Yeah, and that's, I've always taken my time when I get the real pretty ones, Nancy, and I save them and then I iron them so I can at least use them for crafts, if nothing else, if I still think they don't look the best to re-gift. But they make some really cool recrafting things like we're going to do here tonight with this. And then I've also, if I want, I've got some bits and pieces of scraps of fabric that if I choose, I could make a heart and stuff it if I wanted to. I don't see me stuffing on this one, but you can easily do that. You know, you can get your heart pattern, cut it out of your fabric, and then sew however you want and stuff it. And what I do is I sew everything around my string or around your whatever you're hanging from. So this is this is binding. And then I've just got some scrap ribbons. You could even use just your regular ribbon that you buy for gifts. You could even sew it on that if you wanted to. Yep, Mary, that's the way I'm at too. I don't really like to get rid of it if I feel like it's still in good shape, especially if it's printed. You know, that's kind of expensive stuff. So I always save it and try to be real careful with it and then iron it and see if I can reuse it or not. So anyway, is anybody watching the Super Bowl? I'm not one. I usually just watch the commercials, and now that we can watch them online, I'll go watch them afterwards and just kind of bulk watch and get them done in like, what, 20 minutes, half an hour maybe? So, yeah, it's kind of funny. All right. Okay, so I'm just going to keep right on working, girls, while we chat. I'm not going to do a ton because I don't want to have a huge garland. I just want a little one. So I'm going to do just like from here to here. And then I'll probably tie this off because it's just me and the cats. So this is going to drive them absolutely insane when I put it up. And I might actually, I've got a marker or a chalkboard right behind here. You guys can't see. And I might just actually drape it over that. That'd be really, really pretty. In fact, I'll show you. Here's, this thing's huge. So I've got this really big marker board right there. I picked that up at Hobby Lobby in the clearance area a couple weeks ago. It had one corner that was kind of not so good. And I've wanted one to have down here to mark on and to write on. And I was like, I don't care. So I think I got it for like 12 bucks and it was normally 50. So yeah, yeah, Mary, definitely. So that I think I might just put it up there and then I don't have to take it upstairs and the kitties won't even get into it. And Bear, he's so good. He'll just look at it like, girl stuff, leaving that one alone. Yep, just change colors and shapes. Absolutely, Veronica. That was kind of what this whole thing was about too, was to give you guys, just kind of give you guys an idea if you want to do something really fast, whether you do it with your kids or you just want to decorate like one area really quickly, but you don't want to go buy anything and you just want to use what you've got. Then that's kind of what this is. Oh, I also forgot. I grabbed aluminum foil just in case I wanted to do some hearts out of that. I also have some, like a bead box that I have like some pearls and just some odds and ends, little beads in there. And as you see, those are kind of going at the bottom of as my tail. So I've got a different one over here. And I'm going to make these different lengths. So some will be longer, some will be shorter. And then I did, when I was telling you guys to use cardboard for your heart pattern. So I've got 3 hearts. I did the smallest one and then did the next one up and the next one up, and I'll show you how I did that. So the very first one that you do, you know how you're supposed to like fold it in half and then cut it? Well, you can do that with a piece of paper and then trace that onto your cardboard. All this is the back of a tablet. So I had like, just this tablet of paper. So I pulled the back off, and that's what these are out of. They're nice and sturdy. So cut your first heart until you get it the size and shape that you like out of here, just out of a piece of paper. And that way you know both sides are going to be perfect. Trace it on there and cut it out. And then I took this, laid it on top, and kind of just freehanded around it all the way around, a little bit further out, and then did the same thing here. I mean, they're not perfect. Don't want them to be. But they're at least in the general same size, shape, that kind of thing. And then you can fix them as you go if you feel like it's not 100% or you need to, you just want to change something up. Then I've also got regular scissors and then pinking shears. Where did I just lay those? They were just here. I just used them. Seriously, they were just here. So I use pinking shears for the edge here on this one. So I traced it and the thing is with pinking shears though, when you stop cutting and you go to cut the next one, you kind of have to line up your edges on your scissor with the one below so that it starts cutting at the same depth on the next one. So it looks like a continuous cut instead of like, unless you want it to look like that, like you're just kind of willy-nilly doing it wherever. I cannot believe I laid those down and I can't find them. Here they are. They're the same color as everything, and that's why I can't see them. They're pink too. So these are pinking shears for those that have never seen them before. And this is something that we use to cut fabric with so that it doesn't fray. I don't use these like I did when I was growing up. When I grew up, this is all we ever cut fabric with, and my hands were just hurt. But our edges never frayed, and we never had to finish off the edges. So just saying, if you invest in these, that's what they're for. But I never really use these. I've got several pair anyway, so I don't care if one pair gets a little sharp or a little dull from doing them on paper. And these don't really open real well, so I wouldn't use these with fabric anyways. They're just kind of not the best. So I'm just going to use these on paper and stuff like that. I don't think they cut fabric as well as I wanted when I first got them. But anyway, they're the Fisker brand. I would have thought they would have been a little bit better. Maybe they just need a drop of oil, and I haven't oiled them. So anyway, So that's kind of where I'm starting now. You guys can use all kinds of other stuff if you have old mail that is kind of cool. You know, maybe you get an envelope that if you were to cut a heart out of it, it would just be like this really cool design on the heart. Use stuff like that, junk mail, anything. If your kids want to color, you can cut it out of their colorings. They can even just color right on these. You can write "I love you" on the hearts, you know, on the inside or whatever, and take a real pretty marker, whether you want to do it like in pink or gold or just black, and just write "I love you" on it. You can even cut out letters that says "I" and then a heart and then "you" and put them down on down. Chloe, she's so active. I cannot get over how active she is tonight. So there's just so many different things you can do with these that I just want you guys to use your imagination and really go crazy with it. I'm just tying these strings onto my lights, just a simple overhand knot. So that way I will just I'll probably just put one at each light. And then that way it just, they're already spaced out evenly, and I know that they'll be spaced out real nice. Or actually, I think it probably just needs every other light. Yeah, I think one at every light would be too much. So every other light, and it'll be spaced perfectly, and we can go from there. So I need 1, 2, 3 or 4 more yet. So let's see what we can do. All right. So I love these little 3D hearts. They are just so cool. So I'm probably going to do quite a few of those. They're just really catching my eye. And I'm really digging the paper and the craft paper. So that's kind of where I'm going with something that you guys, when you do yours, just kind of whatever, you know, you're feeling, go for it. You know that. And just change up your sizes. That's all I'm going to say is I wanted 3 or 4 heart sizes for a reason, because you want to be able to, you know, differentiate and change them up, because this is like the small heart, and then I've got all 3 sizes, and then I've got the small and the medium on this one. You might just do the large and the small on the next one. You could also take your, if you do like craft paper or something, and cut out like in here so that it's open as well. So, you know, just use your imagination, get paper punches and punch holes in there. That's why I was thinking this would be so fun for the kids. They would just really have a good time. And you don't have to use a sewing machine. They can glue if you don't want, you know, if you don't want that part. You can always use glue. I've got fast grab tacky glue from Jolene's, or Aleen's, I'm sorry. And that will just, you know, if your kids want to use this, they don't have to sit around and wait. You know, you tack it down and you can run the glue. Just always make sure you keep it upside down so that it's really, really quick. And you could just run a couple dots and then they can glue it and keep moving. It doesn't have to dry because it's fast grab. And you can buy the little tiny bottles too. I know Michael's has the little tiny bottles. Joann's might. Walmart might. And sometimes they sell them also as like a set of like 2 or 3. So you can get a couple of them. Let's see. And then also alternate if you want, or keep them all completely the same. So if you're going to alternate sizes, then really random. Don't do like same size all the way across and then random everywhere else. You'll want them random all the time on sizes. Or if you're going to do, hey, Sandy, if you're going to do same sizes, then keep like, you know, the medium all at the bottom and the large all in the middle and the small all at the top. And it's just a balance thing is really all it is. Third dinner, Nancy? Is it the kids' third dinner? Where's that coming later? Nice. It's always fun to be able to decorate. And you know, this kind of brings out the little kid in all of us again. There's something about making Valentine's Day things. You know, it just reminds us of when we used to make all the Valentines as kids and the decorations and everything. So for some reason, that's why. So I just, you know, fudge if you have to, a little bit like I'm doing here. My one middle heart, I'm starting to notice, I think it's a little lopsided still, but I can flip it over and it'll be all right. So grab this. Hey, Marissa. I always lay my pencil underneath everything. Never fails. I want wings so bad tonight, and I'm not going to get any. So those of you that are eating wings tonight, think about me. I am craving wings in the worst way. Hey, Barb. Okay, so my next one's going to look like that, because I took that mandala paper that I was showing you guys, and then we're going to put it on here. So I'm going to go sew this one on, go right back. Danny, that's funny. Yeah, we know he's having the party. And if you're going to sew onto your paper, once you're done, completely done, you can do it either as you go or whatever, but just go ahead and put a dab of glue on the back right where you have your start and your stop. Mine does not when I do the zigzag. So yeah, I'll just hit it with a spot of glue just to secure it down. I'm going to do a short one next. This next one. Mary. So that'll be my second one. Just mess with it to get it to lay right. There we go. And it's still not 100% shorter, but it's a little bit. And I kind of, when I flip it around, it'll probably, it's going to be one of those where when you hang it, you're just going to have to adjust the hearts. Then what I'm going to do is put another little ribbon up at the top with my tool. And this time I'm going to do a red one. So I just cut a little strip and tie it on there. And then I actually cut the edges with pinking shears. I don't know if you can really see it or not, but let's tie it a little lower this time. Actually, I think I want another one. One seems kind of skinny. Do two of them. Sometimes that tool puffs up and then some colors just don't. Okay, P, I'll show you here in just a second. Okay. All right, so I'm putting a second one. So the one with the red, the two hearts in the red is the one I'm working on next. And it's still a little long, but I'm going to put a second one on there first. Another second red tool. All I'm doing is just tying it on, just an overhand knot. In the same spot. And then I'm just going to cut them. So they're too long. I don't like how long they are. So then there's that one. Now the next one still didn't get as short as I would like. So what I can do is, I think I'm just going to wrap it around that light just a little bit. So it'll shorten it up. And that's the one nice thing about using the lights is I can do that. But yeah, when I lay it, everything's going to be easier to see because this one keeps wanting to turn. So you can't see everything. And then I can work on the top part up here a little more once I get all these on and I can really see what's going on. Let's see how much I need here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, probably about 3 more on here. Oh, thanks, Danny. It's really kind of fun. And some of this stuff, you know, you don't think about how easy it is to make decorations. And I'm just using standard, like this is just crochet cotton. So it comes on, you know, the ball like this, super cheap. You can get a big old ball, and that's all I'm using to hang these with. Some beads on. I put the beads on the very end because it weights them down. So if you don't put a bead on the end, it may not hang quite as nicely for you if you're using like crochet cotton. So that's why I'm doing the bead. Plus it's kind of cool, but it's mainly to give it a weight. And I've got so many beads here. I just want to use them and enjoy them. I always have to make sure my knot is big enough. Some of my beads have a bigger hole than others. So that'll be a nice little weight because it's a little bit bigger of a pink bead. Okay, so now, what am I going to do for the next one? I really am digging those 3D hearts. They're kind of cool. Let's get into this stuff. I'll use some of that. So I know I'm going to need another one of those. So my main things I'm putting on here are the craft paper, and then either the off-white paper or the decorative paper on top. And then the 3Ds are going to be probably mainly out of the mandala paper and the off-white paper. And you could easily just put holes in your hearts, like punch a hole like there and there with a paper punch, and then just string ribbon through it too, and let them be flat, and do a whole bunch of different types of papers that way. That would be really cute as well. Hey, Sonia. So I'm just going to play around a little bit and see if I want to do something a little different. This one isn't quite showing up as much as I would like, at least for the moment. So I may just do another one right behind it since I did the small one. Let's do like a medium. So this polka dot. That would be cute, Sonia. Crocheted hearts would be really cute. And I've seen where you can do, you know, you can do a lot of mixed media where you can mix the crocheted hearts with a whole bunch of different pieces too, whether they be paper or jute. You can get those 3D hearts that are just kind of like all wrapped. Then they're like a rattan in a way. So they're a tan color. Those would be really fun. Hey, Zoa. But since I'm challenging you to use what you've got, you may not have those 3D rattan hearts. You might, though. But I really want you guys to try and do this without going to purchase anything. Yeah, it's really bad when even just your paper scissors don't want to cut that tissue paper. Yeah, that's a little better. Let's see if I like that or not. Yeah, that'll work with it. All right, let me sew this one on there. And you don't necessarily have to layer them perfectly on top of each other if you want them to be off center a little bit. So like this is perfectly on top of each other, but say you wanted to like pull them and do them like that, you could do that as well. Just whatever. This is more just of a real fun, quick little project. And if you do sew your stuff on, make sure when you're done, you replace your needle because it will dull your needle like crazy. So I'm just using an old one that needed to be replaced. And that way it's no big deal. Just toss it when I'm done. Okay. You go for it, Danny. Eat for me too, please. So I think on this one, since those papers are a little bit thinner, I can make those a little more 3D and just fold them. So I'll fold those just a little bit so that they're not quite so flat. Let's see if I can't make this one a little longer. Yeah, I want to do another one of those. Really liking those. They're coming out, those little 3D off-white ones. So I bought this really big, you could probably call it a brick in a way. It's a power station for me to take to my market, and I was able to take it yesterday for the first time. And that's what's actually powering my light over here. And I didn't even think about the fact that during my lives, how helpful this is going to be, because I need so many outlets. But it's just this little compact thing. It's really cool. I love these. And it powers my phone a bajillion times, everything. So I'm like, wow, what a great little find. And I just thought, well, I'll probably just use it for market until today. And I was like, no, I think that thing's going to live down here in the studio. But I'm really surprised at how small they are. And it's not that heavy. Had some of the best street tacos yesterday at the market. I had never been able to really wander that much. And since it was just kind of one of those icky days yesterday and I didn't get around to making anything to take with me, there was a guy not too far from my booth and I ran over there and got some of his street tacos. Oh my goodness. That was like heaven in a box. It was so good. Can you tell I'm hungry? I'm talking food. All kinds of food. So these little 3D, all I do is sew two of the same on top of each other and then just fold them open. And that zigzag works really well to give you a spine to fold against. And it also helps keep them separated just a little bit, kind of like a butterfly in a way. So I really like that zigzag stitch for that. And then I'm actually going to tie probably some tulle right there because I left a little bit of a space on purpose for that. Yeah, I got home yesterday and all I could do was think, I want some hot chocolate so bad. I was just so cold. So I drank my hot chocolate and then I went and crawled in bed. And I was still all completely bundled up in everything I'd had on that day. Crawled in bed, fell asleep hard for about 2 hours, got up, and I was still not hot. I couldn't believe it. I was under the covers and everything. And I was just like, wow, I was cold. And a lot of this I will probably finesse when I hang it, because then I can lay it flat and just kind of fuss with it. Aw. Oh no. Mary, the poor girls. Yeah, I'm sure they're like, oh, frozen eggs. Not good. still too long. So once I fuss with these little tool tie-on pieces, sometimes even after I've cut them, they still don't want to lay and open up real good, and I just have to shorten the ends just a little bit, and then it opens up pretty good. So it's just a matter of how long these are if you're working with tool. And I'm gonna make a couple of little bows out of that. That'll be super easy. Just gonna use my cotton. So what I do is I will take my square and then just kind of fold it like an accordion. And then I will tie, hold it in the middle, and then I'll take my crochetter's cotton and I'll wrap it around the middle a few times just to hold it really well. Tie it in the back. And I'm going to leave enough of a tail to tie it onto my string too. So I won't cut it short when I cut it off of my long string, because I'm just leaving it attached to this while I'm doing it. So I'm going to cut it off of there before I tie it on. So right now it's just kind of a mess. I want to take and pull those apart and just move them a little bit so that it makes a nice little bow. Now I'm going to go tie it on. Move my knot more to the back. And then just tie it onto my string. So now I have a little bow right there, as well as a tulle, just a little tulle one there. Let's see, one more part at the top, and then I will be done with this one. And it would be cute too if you wanted to use the pinking shears on the craft paper. That would be super cute. Salmon, yum. I've got some in the freezer. I've been kind of hungry for that lately too, so I need to get me some of that. I got here. Okay, when I'm using this stuff, it's really kind of hard to cut, so I'm just going to take and fold it in half. I tried it before with like my rotary cutter, and it wasn't the easiest. I thought maybe it would just slice right through it, and it didn't. So I'm just going to take, fold it in half, and use this as my guide to cut it. and then just kind of fix it at the end. It doesn't really cut the easiest. And I really like the effect I'm getting. So now that I've kind of got it hacked, I will go ahead and just kind of finish it up here. And then I'm going to go back and smooth out my edges just a little bit. There. Now I can just go ahead and finish smoothing it out a little. There. So I had a few spaces that were kind of choppy. There we go. And since it's already folded out, I'm going to go ahead and just let it. So when I sew it on, it's already kind of flopping out from being folded in half. I think that might be kind of cool. I'll bring you guys over and show you how I sew this now that I've gotten several of them, in case you're curious. But I'm going to have to hold you while I do this. So I got to set it up so I can do it one-handed. All right, so as you can see, that's how I've got it. I've got the string coming down the middle here underneath. And then I'm right at the top of the string, so I go ahead and do the locking stitch and let it do its thing there. And I always make sure that my needle stops in the down position. Just go straight down across that string, and then I just stop down at the bottom. And that's how you do it. So you end up with that. Just make sure when you're cutting the thread and not your main string. I know I could see myself talking and accidentally cutting that main one. So let me tie this one on now. So I'm going to go every other light. So then the next one goes here. So I've got one there and a light, and my next light is here in my hand. So I just tie it around the light so that it's got a nice place to tie my knot, and it's kind of sturdy. And you can easily cut them off later if you want to change things up. I just do a overhand knot. And just cut that off. So now we have 3. There's 3 so far. And I'm going to do 2 more. So just pull, and you just pull off some string, however long, and then you can adjust it later. Thanks, Mary. So my baby kitties get their surgery tomorrow. I can't believe they're that age already. Oh, I'm going to be a nervous wreck tomorrow until they are out of surgery and I know they're okay. Okay, so now this one, I'm just doing a double bead like that at the bottom. And I think I'm going to do a gingham bow, different gingham bow at the bottom as well. Yeah, I made the mistake of going to the grocery store after church today. Man, it was packed. Everybody was in there getting stuff for the game. It was crazy packed. I mean, the parking lot, you had to park way out in the middle of nowhere to be able to get a spot. And I had to go. I had no choice. The cats were out of food. So they would not have let me back in the house had I not stopped. So this gingham fabric makes a nicer bow. The other one that I was using was 100% cotton. This one's more of the true gingham. It's a little bit lighter weight. It's made a really nice bow. Thanks, Mary. So there. Now that'll be like a little kite tail at the bottom. All right, let's do another mandala art one. Let's see what we've got there for a double. I'm going to do a big one. Kind of excited to have this for my marker board, for my chalkboard. It'd be nice to have something decorative in here with lights. I've been needing to do some fun stuff in the studio. Hadn't quite decided what until I decided to do this. It's like, oh, that could be a lot of fun. And this would be really cool if you had twine. And it'd be real kind of, I don't know, a rustic. I hesitate to use the word shabby chic. because I know that means something different to a whole bunch of people. So I don't know if I'd call it shabby chic or not. But when I do the decorative paper and I go to sew them together, I always put the decorative part on the inside. That way I sew just on the plain part. And then when I open it up, that really shows really well. It doesn't have the sewing down. Sonia, I don't know. I might keep it up for until Easter, actually, for me, because I'm not much of an St. Patrick's Day girl. And then I might change it into kind of an Easter theme. I got a little carried away there with my heart. Doesn't quite match up, but easy to fix when you've got them together like that. So I can tell my pattern's off just a touch, but it doesn't show too bad unless they're on top of each other like that. Yeah, I can't wait to go watch the commercials. I have a friend that's in one of them, so I definitely have to go. I want to see it. I've already seen the commercial, but I want to see if it's the same one. Okay, so this way, see when I was saying how when I run down the back side, run the zigzag down, how when I open it, then the pattern paper just has the nice little pattern showing. It doesn't have the zigzag part. You can still see it and it looks better on the white part to me. I'm not Irish, Sonia, so they can't pinch me. I have no Irish in me. Okay, so let's see. I just need one more on this one. I'm not going to make it this long. So let's do, might do just a regular, another one on top of that. I'm really digging this mandala paper. It's really kind of fun. But I don't want to throw in like green or blue on there if I can help it, because I don't really have that in there. And there's a pink, a stronger pink. So this mandala, it's a coloring book. It's really kind of fun. Only I'm never going to color it, but it's fun to do like some of this craft stuff with, because it's got all these different, and this light is really washing stuff out. I have to remember that next time. So I've got a lot I can cut from. I just got to make sure that I pay attention. Like that one's fun, but not for this. This would be fun maybe for Easter or for a summer one. So let me go back and find my hot pink one here. And then I only have one more, I think, after this. So it's just going to do 5. It'll be wide enough. This one I'm going to do inking Shears on again. Let's give it something different. And you wouldn't necessarily, even if you wanted to do a spine, you could do just like singles like this. If your kids don't have like the patience to do a lot, do just a single one all the way up and maybe put a big bow at the top and then hang that on their door or on their mirror or something. And you could do a couple of those and just place them wherever. So don't be afraid to change this up also. You don't have to have a long garland this way. Just do singletons. So like pretend like this was a big bow, put this like right at the top. And then, you know, put a couple more on and have one like that, and then do another one and put it somewhere else. And oh, thanks, Danny. Yes, Barb. See that? That's what I'm thinking. Is just a lot of that card paper that you're like, what am I going to do with this? Or even if you get like some really cool, every now and then, it's hard to believe this, but sometimes junk mail comes in some really pretty envelopes, and you can use the envelopes, or even like a magazine. You get a cool magazine. Carried away there. My spine's a little crooked. I was watching the computer, and I wasn't watching how I was not going straight on my sewing machine. So I'm a little crooked. It'll be okay. It won't show so much on this one since I'm going to open it up. There, yeah, it doesn't really show that it's crooked. Okay, so let me throw that on this one. Hide it. Oh, it goes on this one here, so I don't need to hide it. I think I'm going to put some tulle on that one as well. Quick. Yeah. We'll put a little tulle at the top on that one. Let's do a fat piece. So just constantly change up your thicknesses, your sizes. As long as you're using the same materials, it's going to tie it together. And then that's what's going to give it that really cool kind of modern look to it. The fact that it's just kind of all different sizes of everything. So there's the tool at the top. I'm going to move it up and tighten it. So, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. These would be fun too, like for a bridal shower or a baby shower or something, anything like that. Yeah, definitely need one more. One more. Does not want to thread. I'm going to have to choose a different bead. Hey, Gail. Thank you. All right, last one. All right, I'm going to do another one for that. I need a small one down there. Yeah, let's do a small one. Hey, Invisible Angel. All right, I'll show you since you just showed up. You didn't get a chance to see this. So we're just doing a fun little Valentine's Day. Stupid piece of paper got stuck. So this is where I'm at so far. And I'm just challenging you to use whatever you've got at home. I can see you doing this with your kids, Nancy. Just do a singleton though, don't do the whole thing. But they'd love it. I really am digging these 3D hearts. I saw that somebody else had done them, so I'm not claiming this at all. And I saw that and I was like, that is super cool. Just love the effect that they give. This out a little bit. Smaller one. Do a larger one towards the top. It would be really cute with paper flowers, Danny. That would be fun for like spring, like Easter and all that. If you started this with hearts and paper flowers, then you could remove the hearts and change up for the next season and leave the flowers on. That would be really cool. Oh, just a second. And you'll get like some ones that you do where you just really fall in love with them, and that's okay to like do them a whole bunch of times if you like. Just intersperse them more. I really like how this simple little, and it probably washes out a lot here, but these two simple hearts with white in the middle, I love how those are coming out with the craft paper. It's not probably quite as stunning when my light is burning everything out. And you know, another thing you could do too, if you wanted, is take felt and do felt hearts or whatever and embroider in the middle of it, like a real simple heart or mom or love you or something, and then put them on here too. Oh, very cool, Sonia. See, I just love how these are turning out for some reason. I think it's just the simplicity of it that I'm really digging. Picking that thing up, and you get that out of there. All right, one piece of this. Put between those two. And the next one. There's mine. And it looks like it's not going to show, but when I get it up against that blackboard, these are going to show really well. And my last one is cut. There he is. I'm going to do another one of those red hearts and then a white heart. And more of those. I love that combination. I've only got that in there once. Oh, you got to keep trying, Danny. It's a muscle memory thing. That's all knitting and crochet is. And that's why a lot of people get frustrated. It's because it's a combination of teaching your brain and teaching your hands at the same time. So some people pick it up super fast and others it just takes a little longer, and that's all it is. Oh, hello. Chloe's talking to me again. I cannot believe how much she's talking tonight. Then she'll go over and just kind of rub up and stuff like, oh, tell me how pretty I am. She's so cute. Oh, the amiguramis. Sarah, I didn't see you come in. Hi, Sarah. And I lost my sharp scissors. Where did they go? Where did they go? Where did they go? Oh, right here. There they are. Hi. Hi, sweet Chloe Bells. Meow. I think I hear you, baby girl. You know, you can't see me. I think that's part of it. She's talking because she can't see me. She's just around the corner over there. She can hear me though. Hello, Bells. What are you doing? This red stuff is super slick because I want to play nice while I'm trying to lay everything else on it. There we go. Yeah, yeah, Sarah, it takes a while to get tension. It just does. Yeah. Okay, so this is, like I said, these are the ones that kind of ended up being my absolute favorite just because they're so simple when you add it all in. All right, put it on the last one here. Let's see if I need to add a bow or not at the top. I shouldn't have to. It's plenty long. What, baby? Oh my, that was quite the cry there. She might be getting ready to finally trust being out. Today went better when I brought her out of her little safety cage. I hate her being in there, but it's huge. That thing is so huge. She can go running around in it and do everything she's got to do. And she keeps wanting to play with Bear. He comes by and she's reaching for him. So I think she's ready to try it. Okay. So this is as long as I'm going to go. It's going to be about this long to go up on my board. And then I can just put it up there and finish tying this end off when I decide how I want the ends to look. I'm probably just going to tie this one is how I tied it. And it's not like permanently on there, so I can take it off. It's just enough to hold it. So that's probably what I'll do on this side too. So let's see, it needs to go right here. Meow, I hear you. You gonna talk to me some more? So I do a soft knot and then just kind of put the tool through that. And that soft knot with this ribbon should hold my tool tight enough. And I just use my pinking shears to give it a nice edge. And I'll use my pinking shears on my tool. Not that it shows that much. So there we go. And then I'll just hang the lights down the back side of my board up there so it doesn't show. And so this is all you'll see is from here to here. So that's all you got to do, guys. It's super easy, and these would be so fun for decorations for anything really. You know, you can, like I was saying, you can do them for bridal showers, baby showers, baby's room even, and just hang it on the wall, maybe put their name on it and stuff. Be really fun. Really fun. And you don't have to use lights. You know, you can use just if you have Even if you have a stick or something really cool, you can wrap this kind of stuff around, you know, ribbon, tulle, anything around that, and use that also as your spine per se of your garland. So just use whatever you've got around you guys. That's what makes it so cool. You know, if you go out and buy with intention, that's great. But sometimes the coolest stuff turns out of the challenges. What, darling? What? Man, you're talking tonight. What? I know. You're so cute. So I want to do something just a little different with you guys tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Now, we still use the sewing machine. And if you want to do it just with a needle and thread, even you could. Take you a lot longer. But yeah, you could easily do it with a needle and thread. Yes, I need to watch that, Danny. I haven't had a chance to do that. I saw your premiere was coming up. I was excited to go see it afterwards. Yeah, you can hear the kitty meows, can't you? Yeah, she's climbing. She's hanging off the side of it right now, like a little monkey. It's like, but I take her out of there and she's like clinging to me like, oh, I don't know if I'm ready to be out of this cage yet. And I'm like, yes, you are. Yes, you are. So I'm going to try her this week. I was trying her about a week ago. She wasn't ready. I'd get her out and she'd just dart right back in because that was her little safety area. I think she's ready now. That's okay, Mary. You can still replay it and redo it again or whatever, or as you're doing it, if you can't remember some things, just kind of go back and relook. But I just want you guys to get in there and just have some fun with it. I think once you get your stuff going and you start playing around with it, I think it's going to be a blast. I really want to do like some singles, like I was telling you. Just take one of these and put a huge bow at the top and maybe make them much bigger. I think it'd be really fun no matter what it is. And then just put them like on my curtains and stuff on the doors and just to kind of decorate the entrance and exit areas in here. Just kind of brighten this place up a little bit. It just needs a little bit of something. It's awesome, but just a little bit. Yeah, do it with the girls. Girls will have so much fun doing this, and they can't screw it up. You know, whatever they do, it's going to turn out super cute. Yeah, the only thing I'll probably have to help them with is the scissors just a little bit. But other than that, you know, they can glue their own on, they can tie their own on. So yeah, now I got to think. Probably got to start thinking Easter now for the next sew along because I know I had a request for like some Easter dresses with sashes and things. So that might be where we're at on the next one because I want to give you guys some time to pick out fabric if you're going to do those and make them. Even if you're not doing them with me, I want you to be able to have time before Easter to do all that. And if it ends up being a little bit more of a challenge for you, that way you've got some time to sit and work on it and not feel like you're up against the gun and getting it done right away. But yeah, if you guys want to iron those papers, like I was saying, my iron goes from a 0 to a 7. And I did mine on about a 3 when I was ironing those tissue papers. So if you're curious about that. Oh, and they've probably got coloring books too, Mary. So you can use some of their coloring books that they've colored and have them cut like maybe they have a certain thing in there that they really like. That would be good, Danny. You know, it's funny you're saying that because I was thinking somebody needs to do that. And that's funny because I was just today thinking that. Oh, good, Danny. Yeah, that would be fun. I'd love to see what you guys do with your kids if you do this. You know me. I want to see pictures anyway of stuff you do, but the kids stuff, oh my gosh, I bet it'd be super cute. My friend just sent me the video for the commercial. I thought I'd seen it the other night, and maybe this one was a little bit longer. I don't know. Oh, that would be cool, Mary. Yeah. Yes, Sarah, you need to do more videos. Absolutely. Show us, if nothing else, just show us what you're working on. Did you hear her? I don't know if she'll come out or not. Let me see if I can grab her. I don't know how long she'll stay out with me. She does pretty good for a little while, and then when she's ready to go back, she wants to go back. Isn't she pretty? But she's the one that got so sick, and I had to bring her in. Yeah, see, this is freaking her out a little bit. She's not used to being this far out. So she's doing pretty good right now. No, here's like she's gonna, yeah, like right now she wants to go. She's done. You did good, Chloe. You did really good. That was really good. So she got out, not really got out. I forgot to close her gate when I was cleaning her cage. Oh, it was probably like 3 weeks ago. And she got out in the studio, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. Let's see what she does. She ran straight for my cubby of my fabric and crawled all the way as far back as she could and stayed there. So I was like, okay, well, let's just stay there for a little while, chill out. And she was good. And then I went and I pulled her out. She let me get her out because I let her stay there for quite a while just to kind of chill out a little bit, but hoping she doesn't keep doing that. So we'll see. She's just going to have to kind of work her way into feeling safe. I think it's the high ceilings and the fans that are kind of freaking her out in here. So baby steps. She will get there, and then Bear Bear's going to have a little buddy. I mean, he already does, but he'll have a little buddy down here to play with out and about till I decide whether she's going to make it inside or whether she's going to be an inside outside kitty. I don't know. She hasn't told me yet. I'm okay with she wants to be an inside kitty, but I don't know if she's okay with that. So we'll see. But one step at a time with her. Nice, Danny. What surgery did you get? Oh, thanks, Sonia. Yeah, she's so pretty. She was pretty sick when I brought her in, and she's plumped up really good now that she's well. Oh, cool, Danny. That's going to be so much fun. You're going to be like, where was this in my life a long time ago? I cannot tell you how long I've had this box of beads. It was full, and I used to make felted slippers, and they were the center of the flower. And I've made hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of those felted slippers. And I've still got that much left. I think they're just never going to be completely used up. Oh, you're getting playful. Yes, you are, Chloe. You're getting playful. Oh, that's right. Yeah, she can surge with both hands. That would be nice to have both, because then you can have black thread on one and white thread on the other, and you'll never have to worry about changing it. Oh. I don't know if I can play this without. I'm curious if it's it'll play or not. Okay, cool. It's on. I'm just curious if it's the same one I watched. I've got it muted. Oh, it is a different one. Not totally different, but a little bit. Oh, it is a different one. Okay. Hey, Anna. I just saw you. You said you were trying to finish your kids' stuff. So Anna, this is what we made tonight. This would be fun for you to do with your kids. A little garland. Oh yeah, this one is the different one. I didn't see this one. Thanks, Anna. Yeah, I usually skip Valentine's Day, but I just kind of had this I don't, desire to do just something little because it's been so long, and I used to really enjoy just doing fun little Valentines and doing things like that by hand. So kind of missed it. Oh, this is a long one. This might be the one that's in the Super Bowl then. This one's this long. Oh, cool, Danny. Yeah, you'll have to show us. Yeah, my sister usually makes us handmade Valentines. Mine's might be out in the mailbox. Probably got it yesterday and haven't gotten my mail yet. But yeah, she loves doing the handmade ones. They're always so fun. So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to shoot for in 2 weeks is we will do the Easter dress with the sash. That way you can learn how to do a sash. And we'll just do a real simple dress. And that way, if you want to do a real fun sash and let that be kind of what the dress is all about, then that'll be fun too. And that's another one of those things where like this, you can just really do your own thing with the sash because it's just real simple. It's just a simple, like a rectangle that they tie, but yet you can do like little gathers and make it kind of pleaty, or you can do a bow on it or all kinds of stuff. So we'll do that for in 2 weeks. And that would be cool too for if you guys have like a wedding or something that you're going to go to. You could do a sash out of something more dressy on a simple dress. So you can do the dress just as, a real simple plain one or even a print one, and then do the sash in either the opposite, either the print or plain, or just in a contrasting color, and change the sash up for if you go to a real fancy event, and you can give them a real, like a glittery one or a satin one or a velvet one or something, and it would dress the dress up a whole lot for you. Yum, heart donuts. I know. I was thinking I need to run over to our little donut shop over here and see if they have anything special tomorrow. I don't know if I'll have time. I've got to take the kittens in for their surgery. They got to be there pretty early. So I don't know if I'll have time to stop or not. There's one on the way from the vets on the way home. So I gotta turn these off. These lights get so hot when you don't have them separated like this, and I just realized how hot they were getting. My table is like, whoo. Plug them in. So yeah, I should have unbundled them and I didn't. Remember that when I go to hang them up. Get them nice and unbundled. And I've got like the extra long ones too. I really would have loved to have had short ones, but I don't have any short ones around here. Oh, they were not going to care, Sarah, just as long as it's a donut. Not a Krispy Kreme fan. And I think they're too sweet. I would prefer like the Dunkin' Donut or even the Walmart ones. Get the real cake donuts. They're so good. That's okay. Probably actually very cathartic to do it late at night. What you doing, Clovels? What you doing, Chloe? Hi, pretty girl. Now, I like the cream in my donuts. Yeah, totally. I just don't like the thing about Krispy Kreme is they'll take the donut and then they will dip it in the glaze and then they frost it. It's like, I can't do that. It's just too much. Do one or the other. But yeah, if they do like the cream in the middle and then they frost the top instead of dipping it and then frosting it, that's what I like. She's over there talking to me still. I uncovered her cage too, so I think maybe that's part of it. She's maybe a little overstimulated again. That's one thing with cats, when you try and acclimate them to a new space, they can get overstimulated pretty quickly. So I just pulled the sheet off of part of it because I've been slowly removing it, and I don't know that she was ready for that yet. So I have to slowly work on that. Hi, baby girl. And then she gets over there and does the, I don't know if you ever had a cat that does like when they rub, then they kind of like do the dive and then roll. And while they're rubbing, well, she's over there doing that just constantly. Yeah, I'm not big into the Bavarian, Sarah, either. I like the cream. The Bavarian's okay, but I think it gets a little much. All right, ladies, I think I've talked your ear off long enough. And I'm sure the one in 2 weeks will go much longer since we're doing the simple dress with the sash. It might seem like a lot, but it's not going to be because I know the dress I'm going to use. It's a pattern we did before, and it was just the simple one that goes like that, and it's got just the sleeveless. You can put sleeves in, and we'll talk about that. So you can make it a sleeved one, and then it's just like two side seams, and then seams up here, and then if you put sleeves in, then you'll have that as well, and then the sash. So it won't be that bad because I want you guys to use a real simple dress so you can just have a good time with that sash because it's going to be all about the sash. So I think there's a song kind of similar to that. All about the bass. So anyway, but just give you a heads up on that. That pattern though is made for knit. So if you're going to want to use something other than knit, we'll talk about that on the sew along, and we can easily put in just a little like a cut and finish it so that you can just do like a little closure. That'll be super simple. So we'll talk about that if you want to do something other than knit, or you could make it maybe one size bigger and slide over, but I still don't know that that would work. I still think you're going to have just a little bit of an opening. So anyway, but yeah, that's the plan for now, unless I find a different pattern before then. That's the one I'm thinking we're going to do, just because I know it's super easy and it would really be conducive to putting the sash on it. So all right, Anna, you go get your groceries. I'm gonna call it because I have to get the kittens ready for their day tomorrow and get their carriers ready and the whole bit. So because I got to quit feeding them here in about 2 hours. So I want to make sure they get a really nice big dinner and get them through the night and the whole bit. So I hope you guys have a wonderful Valentine's Day tomorrow, and everybody just eats too much sugar, too much chocolate, too many donuts, too many cookies, and just love your family and everybody in your life, and just let everybody know how much you love them. So hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week, and I will talk to you guys again in 2 weeks. So we'll see you then. Bye.